Democratic candidates sharpening their pitch to voters ahead of the midterms, trying to position themselves as defenders of U.S. elections and democracy itself. So just to give you a sense of what's at stake here, 6 states that President Biden narrowly won back in 2020, Arizona, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Georgia, Nevada, Michigan, will all elect governors this year. To help us unpack what this could mean, NBC News senior reporter Jane Timm joins us now. Jane, why? Why did Democrats choose this particular angle as their political message? And really, is there any data that shows that voters are responding positively to this?
Morgan, this is a direct response to what we've seen Republicans advancing in state legislatures across the country. Efforts to make it harder to vote, harder to administer elections, harder to participate in elections. A number of restrictive laws being enacted across the country, sort of fueled by this stolen election lie. And Democrats have found themselves defending American elections, and they're seeing voters respond positively to it. So we're seeing it become elections and sort of election integrity if you're on the right, and democracy defense if you're on the left, become a top 3 election issue. Something I have never seen in my many years of covering this issue, where sort of voting rights is becoming a ballot issue. But Democrats are really clinging to it and enjoying this position as democracy defenders. They were fighting President Donald Trump in some of these positions, some of these people in Arizona. Katie Hobbs was Secretary of State. She's now running for governor in Arizona. She was at the forefront of defending Arizona's election system back in 2020. And they're using that as their platform to run for higher office or to run for re-election this year.
How are Republicans reacting to this particular strategy, Jane?
You know, Republicans have their own strategy in this way, where they're pushing for laws they say will make it harder to cheat and easier to vote. Despite the fact we know a lot of these laws do just make it harder to vote. And we know that voter fraud is not an issue that we have in a widespread way in American elections. But I also see them using voter suppression questions and claims and sort of likening them to Donald Trump's stolen election lies. So you see Brad Raffensperger, Secretary of State in Florida, sort of likening Donald Trump's claims to Stacey Abrams' issues about voter suppression and claims that these laws make it harder to vote, sort of almost muddying the water there. These are very different things. We should be clear. Saying the election was stolen and saying that making it harder to vote makes it harder to vote. Different things. But we're seeing them sort of push those all together and sort of muddy the waters there.
All right, NBC's Jane Timm for us. Jane, thank you.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.